Oh, goody.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Zombies here again, and today we're back with another Mercenaries video. So in this one, we are taking a look at the Shadow comp. You have probably seen this on ladder if you have been playing Mercenaries since we got the new Shaarj event, and it is a really strong comp. So we're gonna go over it briefly here. Basically, the core of this comp is the 5 Shadow units, and then we have a 6th spot that can be kind of filled in with a lot of different things. So we have Shaarj with the Mark of Shaarj. Basically, we are just trying to get a very big Shaarj on turn 1, and we can basically kill just about any green at a pretty fast speed, and then that triggers the death blow, so we get to do it again. Really, really strong. And he's kind of a one-trick character in that respect. However, sometimes it is nice having the strength of Shaarj if he happens to stick around, as this can be useful, making it kind of harder for your opponent to kill him. If we have the queen out, it's also some free healing, so this can be useful. And then Rage Unbound just really never goes off in PvP, at least not in this build. But his other abilities are so strong that we really don't have to worry about that. Kazakus, obviously Kazakus buffing our dudes up, so Shaarj hits a bit harder, has a bit more survivability. The big thing about Kazakus, though, is he is summoning golems at 1 speed, and you often want to summon the Divine Shield golems, as that is kind of the most effective way to give Shaarj as much attack as possible, and it's useful against things like Valera and Localar for soaking damage. Then we have Vol'jin, obviously core to any kind of shadow strategy because he speeds everything up. Ring of Haste is a very, very busted ability, and you just have really good combo potential. Basically, Shadow Shock allows you to slow the Trigor if you run into that for next turn, so you can kind of feel free to AoE, which is very important and powerful in this comp. The Shadow Weakness is even better in this comp because we have so many Shadow abilities, so it's doing more a lot of the time. And Shadow Surge is just really easy to combo as well. So Vol'jin just absolutely huge in this comp. And another big thing about him, makes Defiled Attack 3 speed, which is very, very important in a lot of the Valera matchups we run into. Then we have Queen Ashara, the second new mercenary of this build. The Queen is really, really good. Worth noting, her second ability here is currently bugged. It is applying the resist to all of your characters instead of just herself. That has been confirmed by the developers as a bug, but it makes her even stronger than she would normally be, and she's just, even without that, she would be a very strong character. So this might be pushing her a little bit over the edge, but she is a very, very good character in this comp. The fact that you have this really solid AoE that is at 0 speed if you have Vol'jin out, or you can make it really big if you go a little bit slower. You can scale up your spell damage while kind of protecting your units. That will change eventually into just protecting her, but for the time being, it protects everything. And then Shifting Tide is just some nice damage. Big thing here, the healing. Basically a Shadow Life-Root Staff. Life-Root Staff was really, really good on Malfurion, and turns out it's really, really good in Shadow when we have so many Shadow abilities that can heal us. So Queen, absolutely insane in this comp. Sylvanas just really good. Again, another solid Shadow unit. Good synergy with Kazakus with Reclaimed Souls, as we've all seen before. And the Death Volley allows for her to just get absolutely huge and kind of be a threat to even some games you might not win. You might be able to eke out a tie because of it, which is always kind of nice. But yeah, Sylvanas just kind of our big end game finisher. And then this last spot here is kind of the flex include. I've seen all types of stuff in here. I've tried Scabs for a little bit as kind of an anti-arcane tech. I've seen Bane in here. I've seen, I think, Karen in here. You can kind of run a lot of different mercenaries in this last slot. But I opted to go for Lich King because I wanted to try out Lich King with the new Death Coil. So Death Coil got its cooldown removed, and obviously it is a shadow ability, and this is quite a lot of damage, especially if you're speeding it up with Vol'jin. It's really like fast too. So I wanted to try out this some more, and we're trying a different equipment on him as well. We are running the Void Treads, which says Death Coil always restores 10 health to this mercenary. So that's kind of nuts, especially if you have the Queen out. You end up healing the Lich King for 16 every time you're doing Death Coil, and you're getting a bunch of damage off, or you could even heal a friendly for 30 health on top of that, which is sometimes relevant. So yeah, that is kind of the comp here. Shadow seems really, really strong. It is 100% the big attack from Shaarj with that very powerful death blow, and Vol'jin speeding it up quite a lot. That is making this comp as powerful and as viable as I think it currently is. And it seems very well positioned against a lot of the different stuff I've been seeing on ladder. So we're going to get into some games with it here. Before we do, if you enjoy the content, do remember to like and subscribe. Does a ton to help out the channel and keeps the Mercenaries videos coming. So without further ado, let's get into the games. Alright, got ourselves a game here. Let's see how we do with Shadow. Really like this team, really solid core. I think like the Lich King kind of our flex spot. I think there are a lot of other inclusions you can put back there too and still have a good time with the comp. Ooh, interesting. Not what I was expecting, that's for sure. We do have a favored speed tie here. We're going to Shaarj first. We have good odds of killing Valeera that way. And then I think we'll just be able to run away with the game. Slow Trigor so they can't go next turn. Oh, I guess it's even, right? Because they speed up with the Vanessa. But we do kill... Oh no, it actually is just shy of killing the Valeera. Oh, so we would have killed the Valeera, but they killed our Golem, I believe, right? Interesting. Yes, the Golem dying is actually the reason Valeera lived there. Not what I was expecting, but it's really not too big of a deal. We can still deal a lot of damage to Trigor. We can still summon some more Golems to make the Valeera sad. And I guess we just... Maybe we save this for next turn. More Golems will have died. We could even rush in with the Golems, in theory. Valeera's going to run into this unless she goes for... I mean, she could go for the flat damage. Trigor is at 2 speed. So actually we should go for Curse then. Go for Curse. We will try and attack like this. And the Golem's going to die anyway. So maybe we just send in the small Golems then. Just to build the Sylvanas and make our Shadow Claws bigger. Valeera should die anyway. Really don't understand why you'd backlash and not attack there. That seems kind of weird to me. Let's see. So we can actually stack some 1 speeds here. Lich King might actually not be bad right here. I think I am going to send in the Lich King. It's either Lich King or Queen. I think I like Lich King over Queen. And maybe we'll position like this, because I'd rather have them hit the Lich King than Kazakus. Alright, it moved around. It's kind of fine, though. So we can 1 speed to kind of mess them up, right? Do the Golems. Then AoE. The Vol'jin's going to take a lot of damage, but I think it's worth it for killing the Elemental. Actually, the Vol'jin won't take a ton of damage if we do Lich King first. Or we could do Lich King and then Vol'jin clear. Kind of fine with that. Even if the Vol'jin takes a bunch from the Trigor, it's really not the world's biggest deal. And then, do we want more small golems? I think we will send in more small golems. Just to have the Sylve help carry us at the end. Oh, maybe they just kill the Trigor. Wow, they do. So that's actually quite good for us because now the Vol'jin doesn't take very much damage. That's actually quite nice. Yeah, really fun using the Lich King again. I've always loved this character. Yeah, this should be an easy win from here. We get a huge Shadow Claws off, and we can even heal ourselves. Although I think the damage is better spent just hitting the Belinda. But they're going to get absolutely wrecked here by our Shadow Claws. I guess they could deal, let's see, they have +3 frost damage, so they don't really have a way to snipe this down unless they do 2 3s. Even if they do, though, I don't see a way for them to beat our bench, though. It's interesting seeing Vanessa, though. This isn't the first time I've seen Vanessa with Valeera and Trigor. I wonder if there's something to that. Oh, it looks like we killed them. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. GG. Alright, looks like we're up against Frost Trigor. We're going to make some golems here to kind of hopefully soak up some of that Localar damage, as well as give us something to steal the attack from for Shaarj damage. I've really been liking the Shadow comp, though. It's a lot of fun. And it definitely feels strong. The fact that you can destroy some very popular comps, that like the Nefarian Valeera Trigor build is really, really nice. It just does good against Trigor decks, it feels like. Kind of unfortunate. Seems like we low rolled there. However, they have no way to snap us. It's probably the Queen now, because that'll enable us to get some healing off of our abilities. So we go for the Shadow weakness. I mean, this is Shadow, so we could actually go in for, actually like that better. Go in for damage, triggers our Shadow combo, and then maybe we just go for Mage Paramount to block the frost damage, give us some more damage. Kind of like that. Send those in there if they happen to live. Yeah, Shaarj is really, really cool, though. This character is probably the strongest event character we've gotten so far, in my opinion. Yeah, look at that. That's crazy damage. Yeah, they tried to snap us. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have swung in, because I forgot. Steals the attack. See, now this is great because we can actually kill Sinestra right in one shot, which is awesome. Always a fan of killing Sinestra as quickly as possible.
Job's done.
Look at that healing, too. That's quite nice. See ya, Sinestra. See ya, Varden. And see ya, Tyrande. Oh, man. That's pretty good. And we get the win. rocking here. Okay, so this should be a good matchup for us. The reason this is a good matchup is there is a 2 out of 3 chance here for us to basically just kill their Valera before it can do anything. So the way we do that, we summon our golems. Want to make sure we go with Shaarj first, and then we will Shadow Strike on the Trigor.
Job's done.
If we do win, we get the Valera dead, and there's a 50-50. The second hit goes into the Nefarian, which would also kill it, which puts you in a really, really advantageous position. Boom, see you, Valera. Boom, see you too, Nefarian, and Trigor gets absolutely maimed. Pretty disgusting opener versus what was a kind of top-tier meta comp last meta. The question is, what do we want to bring in here? It's either Lich King or the Queen. We want to save Sylvanas for the end. I'm thinking Lich King, honestly. I think Lich King seems pretty reasonable, though Queen is probably good too, but I don't want to go all in on blues when I don't know what their bench is, especially if it is like a arcane bench. Yes, so they did send in like that. Let's see what we can do here. We can Curse of Weakness them. I wonder if it's ever right to True Shape here. It actually might be. I kind of like it, to be honest. Yeah, let's do it. I don't really want these golems being around right now. Yeah, we should be in a very good position to win this game now. Karen, okay. Well, we're faster than Karen, so we can kill that. And then I think we go this into kill the Karen. Right, because that's 60 and 24, yep. They could swap here, which would be a little less than ideal. But I don't think we play around the swap. I think we can still win if they swap. Alright, they don't swap. Now we definitely still win. Kind of hilarious that we get to steal their Karen. Yeah, they know. GG. So absolutely dumped on what was a kind of hugely meta comp. And you do it pretty consistently because you're going to kill that Valera first before she acts 2 out of 3 times. All right, 2-2-2. See what they have here. Elise. Alright, what are we doing here against Frost? We're probably gonna just make our golems. Try and kill the Elise. Slow the local R for damage.
Job's done.
Elise down. Localar takes a bunch of damage. We take some damage. The golems absorb quite a bit of it. Cookie comes in. Well, we can't stop the snipe. Wait, plus 6 less damage. Yeah, it doesn't really do anything, but we'll just do it for the sake of doing it. And then we'll send in some small golems to build up the Sylvanas. I guess we'll trade this in. That worked out. That actually worked out pretty well for us. And now I think we just send in the queen. Let our healing going. We do this for damage. We do this for damage. And we send in more golems for the Sylvanas. The fish is pretty good for them, but wait, what equipment do they have? Oh, they're running the Bane combo, so they don't have the extra damage. It's actually really good for us. They get some buffs, but it's really kind of whatever. Well, Shadow weakness. Now we're going to go for the claws, and we might as well Mage Paramount. Yeah, that claws is going to just destroy them. That's pretty sick. And that's all she wrote. GG. Hey, it's Mullahu. Oh, is he appearing offline? I don't see him on my list. That's funny. I wonder what he's playing. I think he's on Frostirian.
Job's done.
Is it better to do the Tyrion first? We don't really want to give him the thing, but we don't want him to shrink us on turn 2 either. It's probably better to do this. We don't really care about slowing because we're faster anyway. See a Tyrion. Localar is absolutely maimed. We get hurt. It's fine though. Alright. So we can Curse of Weakness, get that gone. We can make a Taunt Golem to try and protect ourselves, or we can do some Rush Golems. Maybe Rush Golems are actually better. Yeah, I think Rush Golems are better for the Sylvanas, and then we're just going to... He could speed up this, but we can play around that by going at the 1 speed, and then we just send this into... Actually, we should just make 8/8s, right? To make this big again. He could speed up this, or try and do the local R. If it misses, it'll hit this instead, and then this might die, but that's a risk we're willing to take. Yeah, see, this kind of worked out pretty well for us, all things considered. Now we can go Queen Lich King. Here comes Mr. Diablo. We can really mess up Diablo, huh? AoE, AoE. Just start killing the Diablo. Swing with that. Don't swing at this one. I guess we can swing with it. I kind of prefer not swinging, though. Maybe get the Varden hits. You could snap us, but we act way before the snap is relevant. Yeah, it makes sense doing that on the Queen. So now we're a bit slower. Let's think about how we want to play this. So he could really mess us up if he goes for Endurance Aura. So I think we have to try and play around it by going for the flip of slowing the Karen. And then we go for this and this, I think. Savannah should just clutch the matchup.
Job's done.
I mean, maybe we actually go for Shifting Tides. I think that probably makes more sense. So this is a flip, but it's really good for us if we win it, and I think it's just better than doing this, because if we could kill the Diablo somehow doing this, we would, but we can't. All right, that's a huge flip. They still get the Diablo AoE off, which is not the greatest for us, but I think there's a chance. Or the Queen's actually quite good here. And we're just gonna heal the Lich King, I think.
Job's done.
Or try to. Another flip. He can make it a favored flip, which isn't really great for us, but nothing we can do to play around that very well. Yep, unfortunate. Maybe I should have gone for the kill there. Now we have to do this, I believe.
Job's done.
Varden's kind of a problem for the Lich King, unfortunately. The slows have actually been quite annoying for us. Yeah, he got us. Hey, it's Image. I think he's playing Shadow too.
I'm looking for a few good mercenaries. I'm looking for a few good mercenaries.
You're making a big mistake, man.
All right, so damage, golems, slow. Oh, it's a Maestra? Interesting. The golems actually make that quite good for us, huh? Though they did slow our Vol'jin, but our Shaarj is still in a good position here. I think we true shape. We're probably gonna kill the golem. Oh, I guess they're gonna AoE us, right? And then they can get the double hit with that, which is kind of scary. So in that case, I think we want to make more golems. We want to make a big golem. Make big golem. Do that. And start killing the Vol'jin, I think. No point in swinging because we steal the attack. All right. Can't send Lich King into this. It's just Queen.
Who dares disappoint me?
Good positioning by him. It's actually quite scary for us, not gonna lie. I think we have to do this. Do this. Alright, we get our little golems. Oh, we tank the hits pretty well. Do a lot of damage to them. That Vol'jin living is quite annoying, though. I guess we mage Paramount to try and protect ourselves. And just golem again. Probably Shadow Claws, actually. Or is it? We'll golem.
Job's done.
Although, I guess the Shadow Claws damage would be nice. We're gonna golem. Well, the Queen totally protected us there. That's pretty good. Hit the Vol'jin, please. Hit the Vol'jin. Hit the Vol'jin. You can do it, Golem. Oh, I love you, Golem. That's what we want to see. Probably Lich King here. Definitely Lich King here. We're going to switch to kind of mess with them. Yeah. So now they're slower, which means this can snipe this. Actually, we can just snipe them with the Queen, right? Snipe them with the Queen. Go for the Shadow Claws. Do we heal? Kind of like the heal.
Job's done.
Nice. Alright, we should be in a really good spot now. Alright, there's Sylve. You can gain 3 spell damage, so it's 23. I think we're just going for the claws again. More spell damage, damage the Sylve, go for claws. Yeah, that worked out pretty good. So Lich King really pulled his weight there. You love to see it. Right, so we had some pretty good games with this comp. It's by no means unbeatable. You will lose to stuff with this comp, but the stuff it's favored against, it absolutely just rolls over. And particularly, I think kind of one of the best matchups that I'm really always happy to see are the kind of Valera, Trigor, Nefarian ones, where 2 out of 3 times you are just absolutely deleting Valeron turn 1. You can sometimes delete Nefarian too. So we finally have an answer to some of these very powerful greens that have kind of been dominating things for a while alongside Trigor. So I'm pretty happy about that. I really like the Shadow comp. I think it's a lot of fun to play, and the Lich King really ended up surprising me. He did pretty well. I think he more than earned his include in this build, and the change to Death Coil has been really, really nice. It makes his playstyle a lot more varied, and you have some more decision making there, whereas before he was kind of a one-button mercenary with Frostbite. So I really like the diversity that this change has added into the ways you can play the Lich King. So that is going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, do remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.